Hello everybody, what's up? Andy here from Glass Half Dead, the #1 Kill Team channel on YouTube. Unless of course you are aware of any other channel on YouTube. Hello everybody, so today I want to give you a beginner's guide, a smooth brain guide, or for those that are smooth brained among us, like myself, to Tac Ops. So obviously this is talking about the Approved Ops 2025 pack, which will go away in September-ish, we would assume. And today I'm going to give you a real quick breakdown. As you're getting into Kill Team, there's a lot going on. It is like all war games, there's a lot going on, okay? It is not something that one can easily dive into. However, luckily, after having struggled with this particular game for many a year, I'm able to pass upon my knowledge to you. And one of the things that you will find out very quickly is that the game, if you aren't playing Approved Ops, aka, as we would typically term them, secondary objectives, is a touch bland. And I think that Approved Ops, Tac Ops, really do add another depth to things. The really good thing about Tac Ops specifically is that they allow you to play the game how you want to play. In general, in Kill Team, we always have the Kill Op, which is kill the enemy. Cool. But we also always have the Crit Op, which some would term the primary. And of course, the primary, the Crit Op, often is stand on a point. And the thing is, not every team is good at standing on a point, which might sound silly, but, you know, think about it. If you've got one guy with 7 wounds and a 5-up armor save stood on a point, just in the middle of nowhere, well, inevitably he's going to struggle standing on that point compared to a 15 wound Death Watch with a shield and damage reduction, right? So when you then look at the Tac Ops, you're allowed to say, hey, I want to play the way my team is designed to win against this team the best. Now, there's already been many a Tac Op guide out there, but I find that in general there's kind of 2 issues with them. Firstly, some are trying to be a little bit too all-encompassing, and I think that's quite a challenge. And then as a new viewer, or a new player to the game, you're trying to take in a lot. You're trying to take in the base game, but then also this arguably one of the biggest factors of decision making in the game before you actually get to the table. And when you're looking at, what have we got? We've got 4 archetypes, each one having 3, that's 12 different decisions, and they will wildly affect your game, and they will wildly affect not just that game, but every game you go into when playing them, and then also how you stack them up into different teams. However, I think there is a better way to get across the information of how to play a Tac Op into every team, because you're not playing them into every team, you're playing them for yourself. I think that as a beginner player, you can learn the game of Kill Team better by picking the right Tac Op. So the advice I'm about to give you isn't saying this is the best Tac Op in every situation. It's saying if you learn how to play this Tac Op, you are going to become a better player. And so that then going forward in the game of Kill Team in general, regardless of the team that you are going to be playing, you will know how to play the game better by focusing on these different Tac Ops when you play them. So with that said, let's go to the top down and get Tac Opping. But of course, before we get into that, I would like to give a quick subscriber only benefit, and that is a big old gigantic engorged double hello. Wow, so wholesome. Hey, these are all the things that I use. I use Element, Wayland, Red October Games in the UK, I use Northern Citadel in Canada, I use Wargame Portal in America. If you fancy using my affiliate links, cost you nothing extra, it gives me a little kickback, that'd be awesome of you. And I have loads of other affiliate links, by the way. These are just 2 of them, Crossfire and GG Easy. If you're a Kill Teamer, I have other things as well for Generic 40k, GW, and also StarCraft, actually. And you get money off if you use my link, and I get a kickback, and you're supporting a small creator as well. Cool, with that said, let's go to the top down. Alrighty, so here we have our 4 different Tac Ops. We've got Infiltration, we've got Domination, it's called Seek and Destroy. We've got Recon, and we've got Security, Excelente Caliente. So, as I said, I'm going to keep this really simple for you. We are going to start with Dominate, because, Seek and Destroy, because that's the one that everybody has access to, right? I think, yeah, literally, no, not every team gets access to this, but almost every team gets access to this. Now, the play here is I'm going to go through the Tac Ops you don't need to play. And then I'm going to tell you why to play the third Tac Op. So, take out, sweep and clear, never play that. It's a bad Tac Op. Take out, rout, never play that. It's a bad Tac Op. Dominate. Oh, I should turn them over, shouldn't I? There you go, done. The reason, if you have Seek and Destroy, you don't know what to take, you're going to take Dominate, is because it's one of the, I think it's a real, so it's not easy to score, okay, but it teaches you a lot about Kill Team. This is going to teach you to play the game slower, odd as it may sound. So with Dominate, all you have to do is kill the enemy. And then, if you've killed the enemy on turn 3 and turn 4, you can score up to 3 of your Dominate tokens. Done, okay? Get a kill, any kill, doesn't matter the wounds of the operative, doesn't matter where you've killed them, but then once an operative's got the kill, locked in, however, you have to keep that operative that made the kill alive until the 3rd turning point, then you can score 3, and then 3 again on the 4th turning point. The reason this is good is because it doesn't matter which team you're playing into, so they don't need to be 12 plus wounds or stand in a certain location. You just get a VP for a kill. This obviously works well with the kill op, but more importantly, it teaches you to play slowly. You might think, but Andy, I just have to get a kill. No, you have to get a kill and then stay alive. This is actually quite challenging to score, and what Dominate is going to teach you is to play slower and to not have an aggressive turn 2. The way most players, as they're beginning to learn the game, are going to be playing is they are going to have a really, really aggressive turn 1 staging, and then they're going to have a very explosive, aggressive turn 2, and if your opponent knows how to deal with that, you're going to lose in turn 3 because you have overstretched. The enemy's able to pick they've probably given you some bait, so you've got a good kill, you're feeling good, but you then begin a trade war that you can't win, and the enemy will outkill you in turn 2. And then you're going to lose turn 3, basically. Dominate says, hey, if you do that, not only are you going to lose an eventual trade there, you are not going to score any Tac Op at all, because every kill you get will be punished. So Dominate will teach you to play a turn 3 game instead of a turn 2 game. Very, very good. I recommend everybody, if you pick Dominate, focus not on getting kills. Forget getting kills. Focus on getting kills turn 3. Think to yourself, don't do anything turn 1 and 2. Turn 3 is when you win, okay? That's the focus for Dominate. Forget turn 1 and 2. Turn 1 is just staging, but very, very conservative. Turn 2, very, very conservative. Turn 3 is your go turn. Dominate will teach you to play slower. We then go to security. Now, I actually really like security. Don't play Envoy. Don't play Martyrs. Plant Banner. That's your Tac Op. So Plant Banner is going to teach you a lot. So what you do here is you have to place one of your banner tokens through an AP on the enemy side over 5 inches in from the board edges. Okay, so it's quite a narrow play area you're then going to be playing in. But what this teaches you is the value of counteract actions and the value of good positioning and reading the board. If you know how to place a plant banner, then you know how to read the board correctly. Teaching yourself how to play plant banner is going to make you read the board. Reading the board is very important because, to be clear, if you just drop this in the middle of the board, the enemy's going to take it from you. Sorry, that's how it's going to work. Or they'll say, okay, you can have plant banner, I'm going to be everywhere else, and then you can't reach them. You have to understand where you can plant a banner. You have to understand where you can build a successful fortified position that cannot be taken. Plant banner is very useful for that. Understanding how to read a board is then going to allow you to do other things as well. It's going to allow you to understand equipment better so that you know when you should be taking certain pieces of player place terrain. It's going to allow you to also read, even when you're not playing Plant Banner, better, so you'll know where to deploy better. Plant Banner, understanding how to read a board, very important. We then go over to Recon. Never play Retrieval, never play Scout Enemy Movement, play Flank. So, sorry, just to be clear, I'm obviously being very hyperbolic. These are, like, Recon's amazing. You can play any of Recon and very well. But I'm trying to show you, forget that. That's people giving you too many answers. You want to be told what to do. If you have access to Recon, play flank. That's what I just want to reiterate that so people aren't confused and think I'm saying that this is bad or that's bad. Flank is going to teach you positioning. Very often, so we like flank because you don't have to perform an action, you don't have to get a kill, it can't be denied. You just stand in a place, okay? That's very good. And if you're playing aggressively with flank, it's a good way to play into a passive team that's waiting for you to move into them. So flank is all about remember to do the thing. Quite often in Kill Team, you're going to forget to play a tac op, okay? You're going to forget to do it. You're going to forget to do an action. You're going to forget to do what you need to do. The beauty of flank is that you can do it at the beginning or end of a turn. You could just say, oh yeah, flank, I meant to stand there, let's do that. Or if you need to waste actions at the beginning of your turn, you can play flank first and just move to a place and stand there. Flank is very good at making you figure out resource allocation. In essence, because it's a balanced game, Kill Team, we all have the same amount of resources to allocate to a certain position and a certain objective. Flank teaches you how much do I need to put in a certain position to score. It forces you to figure out what your opponent wants to do, and it forces you to decide where you need to deploy so that you can push up in certain areas and also when to do it. Flank is very good, and because you just have to move to a place, it's kind of, in a sense, very easy. Now, you then have to figure out, well, what if they kill my guy? Yeah, good question. That's why we're talking about resource allocation. Flank is a good one. Learn how to play that. We then go to infiltration. Now, I will generally say infiltration is, for me, my worst tac op. So there you go. Track enemy, never play that. That's terrible. Steal intelligence, plant devices. Plant devices is nice and simple. You move to an objective and you plant a device. 1 AP action, done. Interestingly, you don't even have to control the objective to plant it. So plant devices is a very interesting tac op that is going to teach you how to predict your enemy. So plant devices isn't actually, I would say, the best infiltration tac op. However, for some scenarios, it's kind of what I would consider a fire and forget, which is very good to learn in your tac op play and in Kill Team play. All you do is you move to a place, you tap it, and you're done. Like, that's it. In theory, that is your 6 VP. Turn 2, if you have all 3 objectives plant deviced, you should win the game. Okay? That's how plant devices works. It then becomes a puzzle for your opponent to figure out, not for you. You are then done in turn 2. You've max VP'd plant devices in turn 2. And that means you can then spend the rest of turn 2 after your first 3 activations and turn 3 and 4 thinking about the game itself, knowing that you have done everything you can to max the tac op. So this is a very front-loaded tac op. Figure everything out early and then go forwards after that. The way plant devices works, in case you don't know, is you tap for 1 AP each of the 3 objectives, and then if the enemy is contesting the objective, you get a VP. That's pretty nice. It means that, again, at the beginning, it's up to you to do this. First 3 activations turn 2, you're then done. You can forget about tac ops. You don't need to have people standing anywhere. You don't need to have them doing anything. You can focus on killing the enemy and scoring objective points, and that's good stuff. So that's plant devices, and that, everybody, is the smooth brain guide to beginning your Kill Team journey using tac ops. That's dominate, that's plant banner, that's flank, and that's plant devices. If you learn how to play these 4 tac ops, you are going to have no problem learning the other 8 tac ops. Yeah, 8 tac ops. Cool. Well, if you made it to the end of the video, I'd like to give you a big triple hello. Do consider checking out all of my affiliate links and the rest of this channel and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. Bye.